Hi guys. Thought I was taking the picture. I was like holding the thing. Well, here we are. General reading for Virgo. That's so funny. The spirits were like, get to it. So Virgo, this is going to be a general reading. So it can cover anything from love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And also this reading can resonate for you even if you're not a sun, rising, moon, or Venus Virgo. Okay, since we all have all 12 signs throughout our birth chart, I always encourage everyone to get their free birth chart online, either with your birth time if you know it, and if you don't, you can still get a pretty good basic one without your birth time, okay, your exact time. So I always encourage that. I also wanted to say too that whenever you see this message is meant for you, since time is fluid and relative. So for instance, it could resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days, however you want to take it, okay. And also I wanted to say real quickly before we get started that I take a picture at the end of all your cards that I've pulled here for you today. So if you're not watching it live and you want to pull it up while you watch or listen, or just check it out at a later time, it will be available on my Facebook page. So you can go in the description box below and just follow the instructions there. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It does help my channel. And if you want to share it with anyone, of course, that also helps. And if you haven't already subscribed and you want to, it is free. All you have to do is click on the bell icon in the bottom right and make sure that it's active, and I'll just let you know when I put out new videos. All right, so with all that being said here, Virgo, I've shuffled and pulled all your cards ahead of time like I normally do. So we'll get into that in just a moment here. But in the last couple set of readings, I've been doing a couple of like astrology transit points that are coming up, not just for you, but for everyone during this time. So since this reading is from the June 15th through the 30th, I just want to briefly go over a couple of things here. So if you're watching this later and you've already heard this, you can feel free to like fast forward, or if you just don't want to, you can always feel free to fast forward at any time, right? If you're not watching the live. So yeah, let's get into that, and then your reading here. All right, so Virgo, on the first note is on June 17th, there is a first quarter moon, which of course is building to the full moon in Capricorn on June 24th, okay? And so it's a time for, you could do some manifesting as the moon is slowly rising to completion on the full moon. It's up to you, but I always believe that any time is good for manifesting as long as the intention is good for you, okay? So always do what resonates for you. Yeah, so anyway, going forward here on June 20th for everybody, right? This is just general astrology notes, okay? I'm not an astrologer. I have two or three astrologers that I've put that have YouTube pages or podcasts or blogs that are more professional into it than I am. I just know the basics. So if you want to check that out too, that's all in my description box below. But anyway, so June 20th, right, is for some people Father's Day if you celebrate. If not, then fuck that. No, just kidding. But yeah, if you don't, that's okay too. And if you are also aware, sorry, that was just, I love my father though, so we're okay. But I mean, he gets on my nerves, but I love him. And he's a Virgo too, so he might see this and then he'll yell at me for using profanity. So sorry, Dad. Anyway, moving forward, guys. So also on June 20th is the summer solstice for everybody. It's the height of summer. It's the peak of summer, right? So some people celebrate that. And then you have the sun moving into Cancer. So it'll be the beginning of Cancer season on June 20th. And then the last thing on June 20th, since there's a lot of things already going on, is the Jupiter retrograde. Okay, so Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces, but Jupiter rules travel, wealth, not everyday wealth, but big wealth, like so the stock market or investments or assets that you may have, but not your everyday wealth. Okay, education, religion, law, and just a general feeling of freedom and exploration. Okay, so when Jupiter goes into retrograde, it's not a bad thing. A lot of people think when Mercury is in retrograde or any planet, they think it's bad, but it's not. Okay, it's just different energy. So it could say for these areas that I just mentioned that these things could not maybe run as smoothly as they normally do, but it also could be for travel that you're going to go to a place you've already been to before, or with people you've already been with before, or know, or whatever, how you take it, how it resonates, right? It also could be for those other for education, religion, and law, there's something that you need to go back over that maybe happened when Jupiter was direct, but now it's going retrograde, so there could be some few like loose ends or things you need to tie up before it goes forward again. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. But again, we're just doing the brief stuff here. And then on lovely June 22nd, Mercury is going into direct. So I said in a couple of the other videos that anytime, right, when a planet is direct or retrograde, we can feel it at different times, like the shadow period, like the pre retrograde or direct movement, like weeks before it happens, and then after it happens, right? And again, it's going to depend on the person and how sensitive you are to these energies. Okay, but right, it does affect everybody. So when Mercury goes direct, okay, communications could be easier, less problems with electronics, and it definitely, because we have Mercury in retrograde while I'm still filming this, right? Mercury rules Gemini, and it's Gemini season still. Okay, so, oh wait, are we out of Gemini season? No, hold on, y'all. I'm having a brain fart. June. Hold on. Gemini dates. I think we're still in Gemini to the 22nd, but that's when Mercury goes direct. It's usually like the cusp of each sign is usually the 22nd, the 23rd, 24th. It can even be the 21st. It just depends on the calendar. Let's see, Gemini dates 2021. Oh, my bad. I already said, oh my God, brain fart. We are in Cancer on June 20th. I even have it written down. Okay, so anyway, that's me needing more coffee that I have behind me here. But what I was saying about Gemini is that a lot of people were having a really unique kind of Mercury retrograde during this Gemini season. So sometimes, people can come back from the past or issues from the past that need to be looked at again. But this one felt very different for me personally, or still does, because I haven't had too many people coming back from the past to reconnect with me, but it feels more like a different kind of energy of learning like lessons from the past, or something to do with like generational energy. Okay, so anyway, moving forward, on June 24th, Saturn sextiles Chiron. So Saturn deals with responsibilities, getting serious about something, and Chiron is the wounded healer, or just healing energy in general. Okay, so I do, side note, have a Chiron candle on my website if you want to check it out. I have all the, not all, but I have some of the Greek goddesses and gods there. So anyway, all the info is in the description box below. But when this happens on the 24th, for some people, it could be that there's a more healing, what's the other word? Compassionate, nurturing energy around some type of responsibilities, okay? Or getting serious about something. So it could be that you're coming to terms or having more healing around past responsibilities or future responsibilities, or changing the amount of responsibilities that you have. So or something you're getting serious about, something like that. Okay, so that's just a little note there. And then of course we have the full moon, like I already mentioned, in Capricorn on the 24th. And then the last thing real quick before we get into your reading is Neptune goes into retrograde on June 25th. So you know, just like the Jupiter retrograde on the 20th, some people could be already feeling some of those effects ahead of time. Okay, so Neptune rules Pisces. It's all about dreams, the underworld, illusion, magic, enchanting energy. Okay, but there's also can be some confusion with the illusions there. Cleo, sorry guys. Yep. I used to have my spray can. Cleo. Yep. Get over. Hermes. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Hermes, come here. What are you doing? Nope. Nope. Hermes. Hermes, look. Look, 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 look. Hermes. I need something that like makes noise, guys. Oh, Hermes. Come here. Get your butt up here. Come here. Huh? Huh? Why are you making so much noise? Huh? Hermes. What's this? What's this? Ooh. Cut it out. Okay, sorry guys. Hopefully he'll chill out in a second. Okay, Chihuahuas and living by the stairs. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes, Neptune. So the other side of Neptune, I mentioned the positive things, and maybe the illusion and confusion isn't so positive, but talked about it before, since the Pisces card in the tarot is the moon card, right? So if it's not light outside or light in our house at night, an example is the coat rack, and the coat or whatever could look like a person or a monster or something different at night, but when then you turn the lights on, you see it's just a coat rack. So there could be something with the Neptune retrograde that before was really confusing you, or still is confusing you, or has some illusion or something. Also deals with drugs and alcohol. So your tolerance level could be different at this time, or you could feel the effects of drugs and alcohol less during the retrograde and more when it's direct. I think, again, it depends on the person, so just always be safe, right? But you know, there's just something to you know, look out for and pay attention to. But the same thing with the Jupiter retrograde or the Mercury retrograde is that it could have issues with the past that need to be looked at again in relation to those Neptunian themes, okay, that needs to culminate and come together or wrap up or finish all the pieces before it goes direct again. Okay, so with all that being said, let's get into your reading here, Virgo. All right, put this over here. And just to reground ourselves from all the dog barking. Really, Cleo? No. My neighbors just got back into town and they have 3 dogs, so we love them, but they like to talk to each other through the door. Anyway, we're gonna do some. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab them. Hermes, get over here. Too much. Give me. Too much. No. Nope. No. Stop. Would anybody like to buy a dog? This is Hermes, y'all. Some of you have seen him before. He thinks he's real tough because he's part Jack Russell. Huh, Hermes? Are you going to behave yourself when mommy's working, doing her video? Huh? Huh? You feel bad about what you did? Huh? You feel bad? You say sorry to everybody? Sorry. Sorry, everybody. All right, put your ass over there. Okay, let's do some grounding because I definitely need some. And then we'll get into your reading here, Virgo. So if you want to, feel free to take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can just listen to. All right. All right, Virgo, let's get into your reading here. Also, I hope everyone is doing well whenever you see this message, day or night, wherever you are in the world. I think I forgot to say that earlier. Okay. And yeah, so if you're coming back, welcome back, of course. And if you're new, welcome. Lately, the dogs haven't been as crazy as today, so just know it's usually not like that. So, anyway, let's go over really quickly the placements and get into your reading. So the first row in the main 6 cards here is energy starting around June 15th through that first, not that week, but I mean that first week, yes, of this reading and that first weekend. And then the last row here is the energy of the last week and weekend till about the end of the month, June 30th or so. Okay, again, not exact, it can be a little bit before, a little bit after. Okay, and then after we go through those cards, we'll go in through your confirmation cards and also what's in the top and the bottom of each deck here for you, Virgo. Let me just turn a little music on so we don't have any. All right. So Virgo, you have 8 of Cups in reverse, Princess of Cups upright, Princess of Swords upright, Ace of Staves or Ace of Wands in reverse, 8 of Swords in reverse, and Princess of Sacred Circles or Princess of Pentacles upright. Okay, so Virgo, again, if you've watched me before, you know that if this isn't your energy, but if you're new, I always say it too. If this isn't your energy, it could be the person or people that you're dealing with, Virgo, or an organization, okay, or your general environment surroundings, okay. But yeah, this is a good card to start your reading off here with because you want to see the 8 of Cups in the reverse position, okay, because it means that in the recent past, Virgo, you could have been, sorry guys, my allergies are getting a little crazy. You could have been taking a step or a break away from making any action, whether good or bad, or a decision about something. And so you kind of went off on your own to find your own answers, very similar energy to the Hermit card, which is your card, the Virgo card in the tarot, okay? But then with the 8 of Cups, in the reverse, it could say that you are now ready to take action about something or a decision, whether it's good or bad. You're coming out of that solitude hermit energy. Okay, maybe you found some answers within for yourself here, but not a bad card to start off your reading with, Virgo. All right. So this is the in reverse, and just so you can see for reference, when it's right side up in this deck, there's this guy going off to the Stonehenge behind him. All right, and all the cups are upright and they're full, okay? The cups in tarot are emotional contentment, fulfillment, right? All of that, okay? But he's going to take that break, like I said. But that means here for you to start your reading off with, you could be coming out of that break now ready to take action or make a decision about something and coming back out of this solitude energy. Okay. Now your second cup here, Virgo, is the Princess of Cups in the upright position. This is a beautiful card, a very abundant card, a lot of creativity, happiness. Okay, abundance isn't just money. It can be whatever you're currently trying to manifest in your life. But nice energy here, okay? So I forgot to say too, with this deck in the main 6, it's the Ancestral Path Tarot deck, and there's Japanese, Native American, Egyptian, different African ones, Celtic, so there's different depictions of the cards, which is cool. If you've watched, of course, other tarot videos or you know tarot yourself, it's kind of nice to see how they represent different cards here, okay? But anyway, this is the Princess of Cups upright, okay? I believe this is Morgana in the Celtic, so she rules magic, okay? And she's into witchcraft and she's in the woods, like picking different herbs, all right? So this could also have something to do with mastering your craft. Obviously, you can be into witchcraft, but it could be just what you do for a living, okay, whatever it may be, or your hobby, or both, okay? But there's also a lot of creative energy, and since the cup is upright too, it's about something that makes you happy too, so it could be a hobby. Obviously, we all kind of want to strive to do what we enjoy for a living, or maybe some of you get to do that, so that's awesome. And then with the moon card there, it's just, basically talking about so Morgana, or if I'm pronouncing her name right, I think so. Because she's into magic and she's into witchcraft, she has the ability to see through illusions, right? So the moon again could be in the recent past. There was some type of illusions or something, or confusion about something. But now in the foreground, she's like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going to let those things mess with me. But also the moon and Pisces is a very creative energy too. So a lot of creativity in this card. But nonetheless, lots of nice energy moving forward. All right. And then your third card here, Virgo, is the Princess of Swords upright. So this is an energy of someone, or you, or people around you, or both, right, is really looking for some type of mental clarity. They maybe recently came into some type of mental clarity, enlightenment, right? Okay, because in this deck, this is the Japanese one of the Japanese cards, okay? You see the sun behind her and all that orange sunset energy. That's representative of the sun card in the tarot, the enlightenment, right? It could be spiritual awakening, spiritual downloads, enlightenment, aha moments. I finally understand something. But again, just really nice energy here with that mental clarity. Okay, so nothing is possibly, you're not like thinking too much in your head. You're not having like negative anxiety or worry about something. If you have a little bit, it's more balanced, okay, the way that it's supposed to be. So again, really nice energy here for the first week for you, and even possibly the first weekend going into June 15th. Okay, I also want to, before we go forward, I want to talk about briefly, real quickly here, what was on the top and the bottom of your Llewellyn deck, which is the one I do for confirmation with the yellow borders here. Okay, so this is actually, I was supposed to talk about it when we talked about your first card, but it doesn't really matter because we're still kind of on that first row anyway. So anytime you talk about what's on the top and the bottom, the way I do it is energy from the recent past, and why it could still be lingering around, and why certain cards have shown up. Okay, so in the recent past, you have the Star card on the top of your deck, and on the bottom, you have the Tower card in the upright position. They're both in the upright position. Okay, so this could be saying in the recent past here, Virgo, you are really looking for some type of hope and inspiration about something with the Star card upright. You are balancing your emotions. You're balancing a lot of things in your life, and your conscious, subconscious, the 3D, the 5D, okay, and you are having this really creative, thankful energy. You see her hand out. She's ready to receive from the universe, okay? And then something came in, some type of dramatic change. It could be big change. It could be small change, okay? But then the emotions kind of go all over the place during this change, right? Which can be, sometimes hard too for the earth signs more than other signs. I mean, change is hard for everybody, right? But the important thing in this imagery is the lightning striking the top of the tower. Again, that's that crown chakra. So it kind of relates very much to this Princess of Swords card, the last one we talked about, where there's some type of enlightenment, okay, spiritual download, spiritual awakening. I finally understand something, aha moments, okay? So that's really nice, okay? So this is just kind of going over that past energy, all right? So moving forward though, your fourth card here is the Ace of Spades, or Ace of Wands in the reverse position. Okay, so this is a little bit of stagnant energy for some of you. Again, it doesn't last forever, so I think this is a really pretty good reading for you, I have to say. I'm not going to give all the foreshadowing, I'm foreshadowing, but I'm not going to give it all away yet. But you do have a good reading. This could be really only one card that I would say is a little negative, but it's not even negative. What is negative, right? It's just a warning or telling you or reminding you to look at something, or stay there and whatever you're supposed to learn. Okay, but with this Ace of Spades or Ace of Wands energy in the reverse, it could be stagnant energy. It could be not feeling super creative or abundant or fertile in some way. Or it could be that you are not feeling in this last week of June super confident in your power or your gifts that the universe has given you. It could have something to do with confidence. Could have something to do with not feeling like in your element all the way. Okay, but again, this is like the only card that I really see here like that for you, Virgo. But anyway, let me show you. All right, so this is obviously one of the Egyptian cards. All right, and then when it's right side up, just for reference, you see the Ankh there, okay, as the stave or the wand, and then you see the pyramids in the background and the fire and all of that, okay? So again, it's in the reverse for you. All right, so moving forward, your next card, though, Virgo, is really nice. You have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and that's how you want to see that card. So again, there could be some shedding energy, some cleansing energy, some healing energy, purifying yourself, okay? Because, you're not going to let any anxiety, worry, overthinking, low vibrational energies, or even exhaustion get to you, okay? So that's beautiful. That's how you want to see that card here, all right? And just for reference, when it's right side up, you see this Japanese woman here, and she's fanning herself, and then she's got all the swords going downwards, okay? Still trying to get control of her emotions. But here, like it came out for you in the reverse, upside down, you're getting more control of your emotions. You're very clear. You have that good mental clarity, right? It's not going too far in your head. So that's really nice, okay? So like I said, you have that little bump, but then you don't let it get to you, Virgo. So that's good, all right? And then moving forward here, your last card in the main six is Princess of Sacred Circles upright, or also known as Princess of Pentacles upright. So this is a very beautiful, abundant energy, right? Abundance isn't just money, it's whatever you want to manifest in your life, okay? So you could be wanting a new business or your own business or a different type of job or a different position or a relationship or leveling up a relationship. You could want to move, whatever, right? So this is really nice energy, though. It's planting the seeds for the future. So in this card, you see this Native American woman who is pregnant, okay, and then she's got another child on her shoulder or in her arms there, okay. So it's also about, there could be something that you're planning for the future here, Virgo, that you've either done before or you have, because we don't know necessarily if that's her baby, right? She could be babysitting for somebody, or it could be her mom's baby, or whatever, okay? But there's this energy to the card, to the way it's depicted here, of like, I'm preparing to do something that that isn't completely new to me, okay? But it is different, and that it's not the same, right? But it's could be some similar energies of like you've done something similar in the past, but you're going to do it in a new way, or a new cycle for yourself, or however it resonates, okay? But really beautiful, abundant energy moving forward, okay, for that last week of June and into the that last weekend of June too, all right? Now, real quickly, before we go into your confirmation cards, I also wanted to go over, just to go back again, because I kind of skipped over it by accident, what was on the top and the bottom of your ancestral path tarot, which is the main sixth here, okay, and kind of why that Ace of Spades or Ace of Wands, that little bump that we talked about that you had, could have been happening, okay? So again, this is energy from the recent past, or kind of lingering around. So anyway, on the top you have King of Sacred Circles, or King of Pentacles in the reverse, and then on the bottom you have Seven of Staves or Seven of Wands upright. Okay, so this is saying that in the recent past, Virgo, there may have been this energy, like again, where you weren't feeling all the way in your power about something. You could have been not feeling like you have all the tools or support from other people that you need. You could also have been self-sabotaging yourself in some way. Okay, since it is a king card about leveling up in a work situation or relationship or whatever it is. Okay, but it also in this deck. Let me show you the card while I'm talking. Okay, there's this kind of grandfather figure, Native American guy here, okay, playing the drum, to show you just right side up for reference. And he's all about passing on knowledge to the younger generation. So for also some of you in the recent past, there could have been something where if it's not you, Virgo, yourself, somebody could have been not wanting to share or pass something down to you, whether it's knowledge or something else. Okay, but again, it is general, so take it how it resonates. Okay, but then despite that energy, all right, and I want to show it to you also with the Ace of Spades, that little bump we were talking about in reverse. Okay, but also in the recent past, despite this energy of the King of Pentacles in reverse or Sacred Circles in reverse, you have the Seven of Staves upright, which talks about some type of spiritual initiation or bringing lessons from the past into the present to move forward. Okay, so that is a nice abundant card here. All right. Excuse me. Now, 1 second, let me get a sip and then we can get into your confirmation cards. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know, guys, if it does or doesn't. All right, so your first confirmation card is actually the Ace of Wands upright. We'll get into that. It's similar to what we were just talking about. Your second confirmation card is the Five of Cups in reverse, and your last one is the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so when this Ace of Wands upright is confirming the Ace of Cups in reverse, your first card, and the Ace of Staves or the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is a repeating card, the only one you have in your reading. They are in two different positions, okay? But when that happens, it's definitely for a reason from Spirit because, you know, there's 72 cards usually in most tarot decks, so it's 1 in 72 chances that they would come out again, okay? So this one here is energy from the recent past, and then this is the current energy of that last week of June. So in the recent past, you could have been feeling very abundant, very fertile about birthing new projects, new ideas, creativity, passion, accepting your gifts from the universe, okay? Really nice energy, just growth in general, okay? And then here, remember we talked about that little bump where you maybe were not feeling all the way in your element, okay? Also going back to the King of Sacred Circles we just talked about, not feeling your power, authority being felt, or not feeling a lot of support or the tools around you, okay? All right, now when this, oops, put this that way. When this Ace of Wands upright is also confirming the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is basically saying that in the recent past, this energy of abundance, of confidence, of accepting your gifts from the universe, okay, creativity, fertility, whatever it is, okay, that helped you come out of that energy of walking away from everything and taking that break and that solitude to find your answers within. Maybe that helped you find your answers within, right? So that's a beautiful energy, okay? Now going forward, your second confirmation card is the Five of Cups in reverse. That's a card you do want to see in the reverse position, okay, because it means in the recent past, you or someone around you was only focusing on the negative, okay, and now they're able to see life in more of a balance, that there's positive and negative, right? So for reference, you see this guy crying over this spilled wine, okay, and he doesn't realize there's still cups upright. There's still people and circumstances and situations that want to help him. So when it's in the reverse, that means you're getting into the energy, or you already have in the recent past, okay? And that's very nice. So when it's confirming the Princess of Cups upright and the Eight of Swords upright, yeah, the more that you are not only focusing on the things that have gone wrong, you become more abundant, you become more magical, you become a master at your craft, whatever your craft is. You have more emotional contentment and more emotional fulfillment. You're able to dispel any illusions with the moon in the background. Cleo. So that is very good. Okay. Now, also, when this Five of Cups in reverse is confirming the Eight of Swords in reverse, yes, right on the bell there. This is saying to us exactly, they just like a very similar energy to having both of these cards in reverse position. So I'm not going to let the anxiety, worry, overthinking, lower vibrational energies, or even being exhausted get to me. Same thing here. I'm not going to just stress out about what's going wrong because that is not moving me forward in my life and it's not healthy. Okay, so beautiful. All right, and then your last confirmation card is the Four of Swords in the reverse. Um, this is another card that's nice to have in the reverse position because it's just kind of mirroring again the theme of like mental clarity for you. Okay. And when the card also is right side up, it's talking about for some of you, because in the past of there was the confusion, anxiety, overthinking, worry, staying up late at night, exhaustion, that you needed to rest more. Okay, so you see this woman resting. Okay, and then you also see this woman like figure that's a tree, and so she needs to be watered, she needs rest. Okay, and so when it's in the reverse for you, it could be saying that you now have that mental clarity again that we talked about before. You have a couple of, sword cards in the right position. Okay, this is your third sword card that is in the right position here. And it also could be saying that you've taken now, towards the end of the month or the first week or two of July, you've taken the rest that you've needed. You've gotten the mental clarity that you needed to move forward. So that's beautiful. And again, when it's confirmed, it's confirming the Princess of Swords, Cleo. It's not playtime. Yeah. When it's confirming the Princess of Swords upright, same thing. The more that you get that clarity, you come into enlightenment, the aha moment with the sunset in the background, the energy of the sun, okay, positive energy moving forward, manifesting. So beautiful. And also, when the Four of Swords confirms the Princess of Sacred Circles or Princess of Pentacles upright, the more that you get that rest and you get that mental clarity, and then you can move forward to planting those seeds for the future, to being abundant, right? Okay, that's beautiful. Cleo, we're almost done. Can you please wait? All right, guys, real quickly, I'm going to give you your oracle cards before you go. So your first oracle message is the zebra card, and it says, let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. That's a nice message for you, okay, for any time, for anybody, and it may ring true, especially during this time period for you. So always feel free to, like I said, look up the power animal spirit of the zebra, just a basic Google search and find out more information about what the zebra can bring to you with like zebra magic or something. Okay. Cleo. 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 Shh. Come here. You want to be on camera? Huh? Stop. If anyone wants to adopt two dogs, two are available. Okay. And Virgo, your love oracle message is whether, again, you're watching for romantic reasons or platonic love or self-love or all or one or whatever. It is, your message is children. Your love life is being affected by children. And there's these two kids playing with some dogs, and it's really cute. Okay. So this could be saying that that youthful childlike spirit and energy, or working with your inner child, will help your love life, will help your friendship and family relationships, and also will definitely help the love within yourself too. All right. And your very last message here, Virgo, is water your garden. Okay. It says nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay. And so that definitely goes with the Four of Swords energy in the reverse. So you already may start doing this the first week here, or both, just the first, or both the last 2 weeks of June. Okay, so you might you might be giving yourself more time for rest and nourishment. Okay, and taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit. So that's beautiful energy. All right, Virgo. So these are your messages at this time. Again, thank you for being patient and sticking to the end if you made it this far, and being patient with my little doggies. So I think it'll focus in a second if I stay still, maybe. Excuse me, if it focuses on my ring. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I think that's probably it for me for today. But I will be back tomorrow. Who am I doing tomorrow? I'm starting with Libra tomorrow. So the rest hopefully will kind of be in the traditional order of the zodiac. Okay. So hopefully I can get more than 2 done tomorrow, if the power stays on and everything like that, because I had some issues the last couple of days with that. So anyway, thank you so much for your energy, for your time, for viewing, for sharing, for liking, for your subscriptions. If you already have subscribed, if you like this video and you want to, it's free. You can just click on the bell icon in the bottom right and make sure it's active, and it'll just notify you when I put out new videos. And again, if you also, last thing I want to say, if you want to see a picture of all the cards anytime, I will be posting it shortly on my Facebook page. So you can follow the instructions in the description box below if you want to check it out. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.